Hey everyone, it's Alex and welcome to this video. We're discussing White Widow, the brand new card that has come to Marvel Snap. We're doing a full honest review, a 2/2 that adds a Widow's Kiss to your opponent's location. Widow's Kiss is pretty damn impactful because it has -4 power and they have to fill the location to essentially negate that -4 power. Is the card good? It is. It's pretty damn good. Now, what's interesting about it, though, is that it's been difficult to get a really good, firm understanding of quite how good it is. Definitely stay tuned for the Snapchat where Coccia and I are going to do a full review and breakdown of the card. The reason why I'm saying that is because everyone's playing it and everyone's playing Annihilus. So the actual games right now are so scuffed. It's like, it's mirror match after mirror match after mirror match. It reminds me of when Annihilus came out. When Annihilus came out, everyone was playing Annihilus, and those mirror matches are super, super awkward. And you'll see that in the highlights that I'm going to be showing later in like the gameplay highlights, which are honestly really fun, but like super stressful because you have to consider like priority and how the cards are going to bounce back and forth. It's crazy. So with everyone playing Annihilus and everyone expecting White Widow to be in your deck, the card is actually kind of has this ceiling on it where like people are ready for it. People are playing Lady Deathstrike, people are playing Valkyrie, people are playing all these things to restrict White Widow. Destroy is every second game, right? If you're not playing obviously a mirror match. So it's hard to evaluate this card because it doesn't exist in a regular circumstance right now. However, what I will say, it clearly is good. It clearly is very good. It's like this disruptive macro control style card where you put that Widow's Kiss on the other side and they have to deal with it. They just have to deal with it. And so I think the card's really strong. Definitely leaning towards like a 4-star territory. It's definitely a good card, right? And let's talk about some of the key synergies with it as well as we cut to a different kind of view here. But essentially what we got is a couple cards. I'll do a quick breakdown as to like the cards that work well. Now, naturally, you have the Annihilus package, Annihilus, Hood, and Sentry. They work really well there because you're going to be like junking up their side. But most specifically, if you play White Widow onto the left and you have the Sentry's Void on the right, they can't fill both locations, right? So it increases the odds that the Sentry kind of goes over. I do like Nebula for the same reason. If you have Nebula in one lane and the White Widow in the other, they can't play in both locations very consistently unless they're playing like an Angela-style deck. But if you're playing an Angela-style deck, they're going to run out of room very fast with all this junk. Lizard's a cool consideration too because, once again, it's hard to fill locations when you have to fill at least the one with the Widow's Bite there, right? The Widow's Kiss, I should say. Grandmaster, it's a little bit of copium, but I got to tell you, my Grandmaster deck actually performed really well. It was great, and Grandmaster was a key component of it, honestly. It was really solid, and so I think Grandmaster saw a little bit of light here. Not necessary, right? It's a bit of a flavor card, but still, it was interesting to see. Naturally, you got the Green Goblin, but of course, I want to talk about Storm and Jean Grey. In my testing, Jean Grey was a little awkward to play still. However, what I will say is that Storm was good. You play Storm and you play Widow's Kiss, and then all of a sudden, like, that location's just locked down, and that -4 really weighs down on them, right? Conversely, I do think that Hobgoblin, just like Green Goblin, when you're playing all these negative cards, it's just annoying for them because like they just run out of space and they run out of power potential because they can't combo effectively when their whole board is being taken up. I didn't include it here, but in my deck you'll see Daredevil. I think Daredevil's a must add right now, especially if you're playing Annihilus and Professor X yourself. And Professor X is great because it synergizes with a lot of these cards, right? If they're playing lots of Annihilus and you have Ravonna and they've played Sentry onto the right side, you can actually lock down with initiative and prevent the Void from coming over, which messes up their Annihilus play and locks down that location for your victory. And Cannonball has been good. Still somewhat awkward at times, but Cannonball has been very good. It's worth noting that if you destroy a card and it leaves a rock, that rock will actually count as a card for the White Widow effect, which basically negates the -4. But I mean, you're probably winning that lane anyway because you're destroying their biggest card. So just want to talk about some of the key cards that I found. In terms of the best deck, I have a couple decks I was experimenting with. I got to tell you, this was by far my favorite, okay? This Widow's Control deck I thought was great, very confident in its ability to win cubes. Cannonball was solid in it. If you don't have Cannonball, you could potentially look at like Lady Deathstrike as a substitution. Valkyrie is a bit of copium, but maybe you can consider that as well. But everything else you probably have except for Grandmaster. You could probably cut Grandmaster, put in like a Lizard even. But anyways, that's something. That's a whole other conversation. Deck was good. It was good. The Annihilus package works well. Ravonna works really well with Professor X, Hobgoblin, and the others. Daredevil, I think, was vital to the success of this deck. I really liked it. And honestly, Ravonna Rapona on turn 2 into White Widow and Grandmaster double procced was insane. It was so good. Basically a snap condition, right? Really like the way this deck played out, and I'm just happy with the result. I'm really happy with the result of this deck. We ran about 30-something games. We had a 70% win rate, and then, we started gambling a lot, and we dropped it down to like a 65% win rate. But honestly, that's like high infinite. Like, I was playing against players in the 200s, top 1,000, and we're running a 65-70% win rate. That's damn solid, right? As it gets in the hands of everybody, it'll probably go down. Obviously it will, but one thing I will say, though, is it was really awkward playing a deck like this at the start, especially with all the mirror matches. So be very cognizant that it's a bit of a headache to play around the initiative with a Nihilus and giving up initiative when you know they're playing a Nihilus and dealing with the White Widow. It's a very complex, like, math game in your head. It was exhausting to play this deck against other Nihilus players. So keep in mind, very strenuous from a kind of decision-making perspective. A couple other Copium decks. I do have Widow Evolved here. I don't know. I didn't even play this deck, honestly. You could try it if you want. I didn't get a chance to play it. It's just a high Evo deck with White Widow, trying to use the negative on the White Widow's Kiss to kind of activate the Abomination. Didn't even get a chance to play it. And then we were coping a bit with Widow's Surf. We're trying to, like, some Surf-based decks where, like, can we use White Widow and then, like, use Storm and then I don't know. Again, a little bit of copium, but if you want to try something a little different, you can. Ultimately, I'm very comfortable with this Widow's Control deck. I would strongly suggest you trying it out if you're interested in trying White Widow itself. However, let's say you don't have White Widow. You're like, Alex, what do I play? I think that this Pixie Deathstrike deck is probably perfect for the current meta. Not only is it a high performer, but it has Lady Deathstrike, which just basically destroys all the cards they're trying to just like mess you up with. It has its own Annihilus, which is a great counterplay to a lot of the decks that you're seeing right now. And Pixie Mobius is just really impactful as well. So ultimately, really like the way this deck plays, and I think it's perfect for the meta right now if you do not have the White Widow. Pixie, Mobius, like if you don't have those two cards, or specifically Pixie, the deck does play very different. I do suggest Pixie. If you don't have Pixie, this deck isn't quite as strong. With that being said, guys, White Widow as a whole, definitely a good card. Definitely worth rolling your Spotlight keys on. You do have Nico and Snowguard, both good cards to add to your collection as well. This week is definitely a roll. I think it's definitely worth it. And enjoy these gameplay highlights. We had a ton of fun playing the card. Some amazing games I can't wait to showcase. And ultimately, guys, if you're not following us on Twitch TV, we've got drops going on right now. Use the link in the description down below. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Over half the people that watch these videos are not subscribed. Hope you enjoy these gameplay highlights. Okay, got some mill gameplay. We've got some mill gameplay. And we're drawing cards. We got Ravonna Rank Slayer. This is snappable. And they're going to mill like Hobgoblin. So if they play Baron, they're going to bring like a Hobgoblin in, possibly. And then I can just Annihilus it back. If they bring Pro X, hopefully we have an advantage. This is kind of a gutsy snap, but I'm going to do it. Oh, Cable. If they have Annihilus, I'm sad. Did they take my Annihilus? It's entirely possible that they did. If they have my Annihilus, we just die, by the way. I don't know if you guys realize that or not. You guys probably do realize that. This is our Annihilus, we die. Lol. So that's bad. That's real bad, actually. Certified disaster. Try to sneak this in if they don't snap. Okay, there's hope. They bring down Pro X. Oh, they have Pro X already. Okay, we can win there. I think we can cannonball this over there. Oh! Cannonball. They play Red Guardian, or Red, whatever the hell his name is, Red Hulk. And we pump Cannonball hard. If we snap, they know. Oh, well. That was one way to play Marvel Snap. Do we Grandmaster Sentry? Probably not, right? Next turn, we can White Widow and Grandmaster the White Widow into cloning vats, which is kind of funny. It's kind of dumb, but let's do it. This is so stupid. This is so dumb. I just want to do it. Oh, come on. We got some Red Guardian gameplay? Seriously? How dare you play Red Guardian? Widow. Grandmaster. Locks them, they can't play. I'm gonna throw right for a sec. I don't know if I made the right call here. I'm just trying to figure out if this line's interesting or not. Yeah, so I win here, right? Yeah, so Demon Cannonball. Pump this, win this. Yeah, okay. Man, these games have been giving me a headache. There's way too much, like, Widow's Kiss, Annihilus, flippy floppy gameplay. But I think this was pretty sensual. And the Grandmaster kind of showing its colors here. I think this gamer's thinking, I would snap here because it's definitely a win, but I want to see them play it out. They play it out. They play it out. I respect that. If I snap, they leave, right? So we just take the cubes here. Look at that. Oh, wait, the rock comes in. Oh, I didn't actually consider for a sec that the White Widow, the Widow's Kiss is going to get negated by the rock. If you're playing this deck with an Annihilus, you're coping hard. This person's name's I'm Your Dad? Bro. You actually my dad? You're eating shawarma, Dad? Daddy's eating shawarma. Makes sense. Dads love shawarma. We got some White Widow Grandmaster gameplay here. Always goes left. Oh, you SOB. Sad. Sag. It's fine. We got scammed there. We got scammed by the animes. Animes be scamming. Do we send this for the one? This is so risky and stupid. There's no way we win this, right? With just one power. I don't care. I'm just gonna do this. This is so stupid. It might work. It can't work. I always lose, right? Yes. Oh, baby. Look at this. Oh, these cards. What am I supposed to do, man? It's just stupid. Come on. Come on, get in there, gob. Don't gob. I always gob. I want to gob. They only play one card here. They don't play two. There's no way they play two cards. Oh. Called it, gamers. Yes. They play Jeff right, I cry. Doesn't matter. Do they stay in this game? They stay? Why? Why you stay? Wait, why did they stay?
That was embarrassing.
Alrighty then.
I think we played Daredevil. No, Daredevil into this type of match is screwed up. We do this. These mirror matches are so cringe, man. I don't want to be like defensive of second dinner or anything, but very clearly this type of game illustrates that we're gonna send this, try to catch him. It illustrates to me that the Spotlight Cash system does get more cards into more players' hands. Like you're seeing White Widow everywhere, literally everywhere, right? So clearly, people are gaining access to it. So I have their Annihilus. I'm gonna go double Devils, even though their Devil's way nicer than mine. They have a God Devil. I have the same variant. So intense. Oh, it's not a God's Play. I thought this was red. Sentry? So they have multiple sentries. We don't really have a play here. Demon mid would have thrown Prio, yeah. I'm going to send this. This is interesting. I think Cannonball's displacement's enough to win. Do they have my Cannonball? We're playing very similar decks. They probably have my Grandmaster. They're not sure what the hell to do with it. Clown Phobia, let's go. I expect this to be Cannonball. Yeah. Wow, what a tight game. What a tight game. Imagine being in a world where Cannonball mirror matches are happening nonstop. Okay. Send this over, maybe. Worfs into Sarah. Good order on that transaction there.
Are ye worthy?
Damn, Iceman. Getting salty. No, Brood would have actually been useful there. Wow, Groot, eh?
Wind, aid my hand.
So they just go for the I can't play anymore play? Oh, they stuck around for this? Wow. But why? But why would you stay? That's the question I have, friend. Okay, we got Ravonna Rank Slayer here. We'll play her right. Oh man, we got some goose gameplay. Why is there so many gooses? I'm not impressed with the amount of goose eye I'm seeing. Yo, imagine having cards I could play. What the hell, man? I don't care. I'm gonna put these hoods everywhere. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. I'm memeing now. We're cooking. We are cooking now. Nothing gonna stop us now, baby. I'm playing this game like an absolute madman. I don't give a crap. You can't stop me. Plays Mr. Sister? What now, gamer? My friend, this is when you realize that I don't give a hoot.
Oh, snap.
Big Blarvel play? They could win. There's a world where they win. But this is a lot of power. We don't play White Widow because they're always obviously going to play a card there.
Opponent snapped.
They're snapping back for 8. 2, 4, 6. 6 across the board. No, we should win. This is 12 in and of itself. They can't win there. They can't add 12 power mid. I'm sending for 8. I don't give a crap. If I lose, I lose. What? Blarvel? That's even worse. Why? Gamer.
Victory.
I'm the one drinking the Johnny Black. What are we doing?